Hello children, my name is Harvinder Kaur and today I'm going to tell you about case-based reading comprehension passage that has been included in your question paper for this year as well as it was introduced the last year and it is there this year also. And this case-based reading comprehension passage is included for class 11 as well as for class 12. But in today's video, I'm going to talk about this inclusion in class 11th. So this is the blueprint of your question paper. As you can see, the reading comprehension, that is your section A. It will come for 26 marks, as you can see here. Under this reading section, you will have 3 questions. The first question will be of 10 marks. The second question under reading section will be of 8 marks. And the third question under reading comprehension will be of 8 marks. So I'm going to take up the second part of your reading section. That is the second question of your reading section. That will be MCQ based and it will be based on case study. So this is the blueprint. Now your question paper will be divided into 2 parts, part A and part B. Part A comprises of 40 marks and you have all the sections which are based on MCQ, like not only reading section but your grammar and literature as well. So all in all, part A will be of 40 marks. It will be totally MCQ based. And for reading you have been allotted 18 marks. So your reading section will be of 18 marks. I'm talking about MCQ. So the first question will be multiple choice question. You can read it from here. This one I'm reading. Multiple choice questions based on one unseen passage to assess comprehension, interpretation, and inference, vocabulary, and inference of meaning will also be assessed. So that will be your first question of your reading section. But in this video, I'm going to take up the second question of your reading section. So my focus will be on the second question, and that is this one. Multiple choice question or MCQ based on one unseen case-based factual passage with verbal or visual inputs like statistical data, charts, etc. 8 out of 9 questions to be done. So 9 MCQs will be asked, and out of these 9 questions, you have to attempt only 8. The combined word limit for both the passages will be 600 to 750 words. Now the marking scheme for the second question under your reading section is like this. For class 11th, total marks allotted to case-based comprehension passage is 8. And MCQs to be attempted are 8 out of 9. So you will be asked 9 questions, and out of these 9 questions, you have to attempt only 8. So this is a marking scheme. Now the objectives of reading comprehension. There are many objectives. Some of them are like students are expected to develop the following study skills: skim for main ideas and scan for details, refer to dictionaries, encyclopedia, thesaurus, and academic reference material in any format, select and extract relevant information using reading skills of skimming and scanning, understand the writer's purpose and tone, differentiate between claims and realities, facts and opinions, form business opinions on the basis of latest trends available. Apart from these objectives, the main aim of reading comprehension passages is to develop reading competencies. Skimming and scanning are emphasized. Skimming is when you are reading just like that, and scanning is when you're reading for some specific object. So this is the difference between scanning, and it is very, very important for you to know. Now, how the question will look like. So on the screen, you can see that there is this passage. I have taken it from the CBSE website, and you will have a question like this, where you will be shown some graphs, some pie charts, some statistical data will be given to you. So as you can see on the screen, this is the question, and you have to read the passage, you have to analyze the graphs, you have to interpret the graphs. You should have a thorough comprehension, thorough understanding of the passage. Then only you will be able to attempt the questions. So as you can see that passage is given and the bar graphs are also shown. So it is in continuation. So the passage will be somewhat like this, where you have some data given to you, and the questions. Now on the screen you can see the questions. I have just taken 2 questions out of the 9 questions I just told you about, but for explaining to you, I have just taken the 2 questions. So the first question is like, the word tremendous as used in paragraph 3 means the same as, and you are given 4 options. I'm talking about this part. If you can just sorry for the bad lines and the bad pointers and all. So the word tremendous, this is a question, this is one of the MCQs. The word tremendous as used in paragraph 3 means the same as. So now you have to find in paragraph 3 the word tremendous, and which could be replaced by any of these 4 options, A, B, C or D. So what is the trick? I'll tell you later. First, let's look at the next question. The next question is like, here you can see on the screen, this one I'm talking about, this one. So based on the graphical chart in the passage, choose the option that correctly states the depiction of internet usage for work and for leisure for once a month. So in the previous question, we had to find a word which could be replaced by the word tremendous, and in the second question, the question that I just read, in this question you have to see all these 4 pie charts, and you have to draw inferences. You have to analyze this data, and then uh, you have to attempt the question. I'll come to this also later. Let's first take up the first question. Now the question was the word tremendous as used in paragraph 3. So here we have paragraph 3, where we are asked to replace the word tremendous, or we have to find the word out of these 4 options which could replace the word tremendous. Now where is this word used in the passage? It is used here. The net is a tremendous resource, but it must be used carefully and critically. So the word that we have to replace is this one, tremendous. Okay, so the question is, the word tremendous as used in paragraph 3 means the same as. So out of these 4 options, we have to find the best option which we can use in place of the word tremendous, but it should not change the meaning of the sentence. So the sentence is like this: the net is a tremendous resource, but it must be used carefully and critically. And how to go about this question, how to do this question? Now the trick is that you in place of the word tremendous, you use any of these 4 options. Like if I use a first option, that is expensive, and I use this option there for tremendous, I remove the word tremendous and I use expensive instead of that. So will it change the meaning? Let's see. The net is an expensive resource, but it must be used carefully and critically. So it is not making sense, because we are saying it is expensive, along with that we are saying but it must be used carefully and critically. It should have been like the net is an expensive resource and it should be used carefully and critically, but the statement is but it must be used carefully and critically. So the first question is not fitting here correctly, so we dismiss the first option. Now the next one. The net is a renowned resource, but it must be used carefully and critically. Again, it is somewhat like the first option only. Uh, as far as the contextual meaning is concerned, and it is also not uh, forming or giving us a complete picture of the sentence. So we dismiss this one also. This will not come here. So the first two options are removed from our list. Now we come to the third one. The net is an innovative resource, but it must be used carefully and critically. Yes, it can be used, but let us see the next option. If it is the better one, if the next option is better, we will go with that. Otherwise, we will use this one. So it can be used, innovative. And let me see the last option. The net is an incredible resource, but it must be used carefully and critically. So the incredible is a better option than the C option, that is innovative. So we will go by this answer. So this one is fitting the sentence, and if we replace it with the word tremendous, the meaning of the sentence will not be changed. So the answer for this question will be incredible. That is the D option. So this is the first question that we have just done. And now we move on to the second question. And I'm taking up the second question also so that it is more clear to you. So the next question is that based on the graphical chart in the passage, choose the option that correctly states the depiction of internet usage for work and for leisure for once a month. Now the question is demanding that we have to tell about the usage of internet for work and for leisure, and that too for once a month. Now we'll focus our attention on these two keywords. The first one is for work and the second for leisure. And let's see the bar graph. The first bar graph, or this bar graph, it is telling us about the academic activities. Now this academic activity is not part of the question, so it is not relevant for us. The second one tells us about the personal use of the internet. Again, personal use is not there in the question, so it is also not relevant for us. The third bar graph tells us about the email part, which is also not asked in the question, so this one is also not relevant for us. Now the fourth bar graph, it is telling us about work, and the fifth one is telling us about leisure. Now these two are asked in the question, so we have the two keywords, and now we have to deal with only these two bar graphs. Okay, the first one is for work and the second one for leisure, and that too for once a month. The question is saying once a month. So here we are told that for every day this shade is used, for 2-3 days this shade is used, for once a week this shade is used, and for once a month this shade is used. So now we have to see that for once a month how many people use it for work purpose and how many people use it for leisure purpose once a month. Now when we see the options, okay, the first option is depicting the equal amount that is spent on work as well as leisure. But when we see the graph, it is not showing that there is equal amount of work and for leisure, because here it is showing that the fourth one, because we have to focus our attention on the fourth shade, because the fourth shade is about once a month. So this is for every, this one is for every day, this one is for 2-3 days, This one is for once a week. This one is for once a month. And our question is asking us about once a month, isn't it? So our answer is somewhere here. Okay. Now, as far as the leisure part is concerned, mostly people use it every day for leisure work, and this is for those who use it 2-3 days a week, and this is once a week, and this one is for once a month. Okay, so now we have the answer before us, that there are more people there are more people who use the internet for work than leisure once a month. So the first one is showing the equal part, which is not correct. So this one is not the answer. Second one is showing that work people use it for work and very few use it for leisure purpose. But the number of people who use it for leisure purpose, as shown in option B, is slightly more, whereas in the bar graph, it is not this much. So second option is also not relevant. And then the third one says that few people use it for work and more people use it for leisure, which is not correct, because we are told that when we interpret and analyze this graph, we are shown that more people use it for work once a month as compared to those who use it for leisure purpose once a month. So the fourth one seems to be correct one. This one seems to be correct one, because here what is being shown, that this pie chart tells us that number of people who use it for work purpose once a month is more than those who use it for leisure purpose once a month. So the option or the answer will be the D one. This will be your answer. So see, children, you have to analyze the graph and you have to analyze the pie chart, and then you have to draw inferences, and then you have to see which answer is the best one. You may find or you may get confused between one or two, but then you have to see, as we have seen in the previous question. So there were two words which were fitting, innovative and incredible, but then we chose the best option. So sometimes you may feel that this option, like in this case, the one that is being shown to you on the screen, you may find that B option. This one is also correct, because people use it for. I'm talking about this one. So people use it for work more than for leisure purpose. So, but you have to see the ratio. The ratio is not this much, na? You have to see that for work purpose people use it more than those who use it for leisure purpose once a month. So the D option is correct. I hope you are clear with how to go about it. So I have tried to explain to you how to do such questions, and some final words. C class, reading comprehension is not that something that you read a day before your examination. Reading is a lifelong process. You must read a lot. Then only you can be sure of attempting it in a better way. So there are a few key points for you to remember. Read as much as you can. The more you read, the better will be your vocabulary. You'll be more confident, and it will really add on to your knowledge. So you should not read it by force. People should not be forcing you to read, and then very involuntarily you are sitting with a book and reading because somebody has asked you to. No, you should develop a hobby to read. You should read the newspapers, you should read the comics, the magazines. Read as much as you can, because overnight you are not going to master this skill. Then create motivation and interest. Unless until you are motivated from within, uh, no one can force you to read, because when you start reading for pleasure, you really like it, and then once you start liking the reading part, then everything becomes very easy. So that motivation and that interest should come from within. No one should be holding a gun on your temple and saying, now you read. So it should not be there. And obviously you should try to look for the ways where you can improve your vocabulary, and that includes your reading. Listen more, like listen to the English news, like when you're watching an English movie, try to improve your vocabulary. If you are stuck on some word and you don't know the meaning of that word, always hold a dictionary next to you, and whenever you come across any difficult word, just have a look at the dictionary and be sure of the meaning. So this way you are going to add on to your knowledge, and this will help in your reading, improving your reading skills. And while you are attempting this passage of reading comprehension, look for the main idea. Just read the entire passage and try to grasp the essence, the main idea or the theme. Okay. Now, then, like you are reading the passage, then you further divide it uh, in subsections, like break up the reading passage into smaller section. Once you have a general viewpoint or the general idea of the passage, then you look for the specific information what the passage is telling us about. Okay, like the entire passage may be of like girl education, and then there must be like specific information about the girl education in Uttar Pradesh, girl education in Kerala, girl education in Haryana. So this is the specific part of the question. So firstly you form an overall view of the question, and then be specific. Okay, break up the reading passage into smaller section, and reading newspaper will always help you. So you should develop all these hobbies, and I hope whatever I have tried to teach you in this video is of some use to you. And obviously you can ask, if you have any doubts, you can ask in the comment section, and I'll try to answer your queries. And uh, I know that you all will do well. Just read a lot, read as much as you can. That is the only key. Thank you so much for watching this video. This is Harvinder Kaur, and I'm always at your service. Thank you so much.